Hi everyone, this is Hover from Hover's Jelly, and today I just wanted to do a review on the 3 stylus pens that I've used for my iPad. And the products that I'll be using are the Alupen, which is my first stylus pen. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty, by Justmobile. The 3M MHP 1000. And then the Wacom bamboo stylus. Okay, so I'm going to start with comparing the price for you guys. And basically, the cheapest one is this, the 3M MHP 1000. In Korea, the price varies from about $7 to even $24, depending on where you get it. But on the internet, you can get it for cheap. I would say average like $10 on the internet. And then you get the Justmobile Alupen, which doesn't have so much price range as the 3M, and the average price that you will get at a normal retail store is around $27 US. And then the last product, which is the bamboo stylus, barely has any price range. There is like a range of, I think, about like 20-30 cents. This has pretty much the same price everywhere, online and offline, and the price is around $26 US. So this is the most expensive product, and I'm just going to compare the sizes of the products as well. As you can see, Alupen is the biggest and the thickest product, both the shaft and the nib. And I'm going to talk to you about how this affects the writing on the iPad itself. But overall, it looks really cute. It looks like a thick crayon or colored pencil. This is what it looks like when I'm holding. I have a pretty small hand. And then the second thickest product is the bamboo stylus. As you can see, it's about a thickness of a normal pen. This is the only one that doesn't have a metal casing, if I may. And this comes in 5 colors like this and a black, just to let you know. I wanted a blue one, but the store didn't carry it. And as you can see, the nib is pretty small. It is the smallest of all the products that I have, like so. And this thing is actually separable. The clip is actually separable, like so, but I actually want the clip there, so I'm going to keep it. And then the last product and the thinnest shaft is the 3M MHP 1000, but the nib is like in the middle. Now the Alupen, I believe the nib is replaceable. It's really hard to put it back. I have put it back before. I'm not sure if they actually sell the nib, the silicone nib refills, but it is refillable if there were a nib. Wacom Bamboo actually sells the nib refills online though, and they're about like $6 for 2 to 3 nibs, which isn't a bad deal. And the 3M, despite the fact that the silicone nib is the thinnest, it is not replaceable. It's not separable. It's not detachable. And as you can see, I've worn out, which is why I got a new bamboo stylus and made me do a review on the 3 stylus pens that I have. And then I'm moving on to the most important part, which is how smooth it writes. Now, Alupen is very raved about in Korea, so that's why I bought it. Unfortunately, I was not able to test this in the stores that I went to, so I just had to buy it, hoping that it works. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite work well with me because, as I said, I have a small hand, so it's a little bit too thick for my hand. And also, the nib is a little bit sticky. It's not as smooth as the other ones. It's a little bit sticky, so it actually requires a lot of pressure to actually get it working. So I'm just going to show you how this works. I swear I'm going to apply the same pressure for all 3 pens. Okay, so that worked. Now I'm going to show you how it works on my Galaxy S2. Oh, didn't work the last time I did. But the thing is that I actually have to put a lot of pressure to get this working. So yeah, as you can see, I actually have to put a lot of pressure to get it working. Like so. And then I'm going to do my bamboo stylus. Now I'm just going to compare the two writings. As you can see, there is quite a significant difference in the thickness of the writing, simply because this needs more pressure and there is less variety of the pressure because I'm already pressing too hard. And that's why I'm getting a little bit of like angled curves, and as you can see, the ends aren't as nice and sharp. And then I'm going to take out the 3M, which I have been using quite happily, and you can see that the curve is nice. It's actually nicer than the bamboo itself, and of course there are some angles here and there, but overall there is pressure. But as you can see, there is more variety of pressure on the bamboo stylus. Now, I would argue that the thickness of the nib actually matters quite a lot when it comes to the touch. And as you can see, Alupen has a massive nib. And although 3M has quite a significantly bigger and longer nib than the 3M, you probably saw that it doesn't actually have that much difference, but that's because the silicone, the actual nib, is really thin, so it can really move nice and flexibly. But at the same time, because it's so thin and it's so protruded, and the whole protruding is also really helpful, but because it's protruding and the nib fabric is so thin, it ended up like this, just wearing out like this. It actually just basically tore off in a way. And this bit, as you can see, it actually like makes my iPad go a little bit black, so I was kind of concerned. And there is a different feel to the nibs. I'm not sure if you can catch it, but this is slightly more sticky. It's not like sticky, like, oh my god, it's sticky, but it's more rubbery, whereas this is a little bit more like, you know, those like really nice frosted plastics that are really not that sticky at all. So that's what it reminds me of, whereas this reminds me more of rubber. As you can see, the pressure really doesn't work. Like so. Alright, so now I'm going to attempt drawing with all these pens. I'm going to try and draw a manhwa style eye. I get slow because the nib is so sticky and rubbery. I'm not doing this on purpose, it's just because the nib is so sticky. Alright, I guess it's a little bit unfair because I started with a thicker nib, so I guess I'll just start over. But I think you get the gist of it. That I actually have to press hard, and because I actually do this for taking lectures, and at most I take lectures for 6 hours straight, and to have to press this hard for 6 hours straight, it would be so painful, which is one of the reasons why I ended up getting the 3M touch pen. Right, so that's the end product. Now I'm going to move on to the 3M and start drawing. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot faster than I did with Alupen. And it really is smooth. Oh, I just wish that it didn't wear out, or if the nib was refillable, then I wouldn't have gone and purchased the bamboo one, because I'm already really happy with this. But here is the product. Here is the product, like so. And I'm moving on to the bamboo stylus. this is just like, I don't know, it's just so smooth. It doesn't stick at all. It's just so crazy, like so smooth. But there is a con to this, and I will talk to you about this. I feel like the eye isn't as pretty or detailed as the other ones. As you can see with the lashes, there are a lot more difference in pressure than the Alupen. Not as much with the 3M. I think it's pretty much the same. So there you go. Now the Alupen drawing didn't come out that badly, but the thing is that I had to put a lot of pressure. I was actually a little bit struggling because I don't want to put so much pressure. So I think this would be great if you like the heavy feel, especially if you have big hands or if you're a guy and you just really want to feel the pressure and, you know, and also for the design, I think this is a really cute pen. But I would recommend this if I have to, for those people who buy it for design, have big hands. If these are too thin for you guys, definitely this can work. But unless you're a really strong guy, if you're going to use this for a longer period of time, you will get really sore wrists and really tired hands. With the 3M, it's really nice. It's light. I would say this is perfect for people with smaller hands, especially girls. I've said all the cons and pros about this product, so I'm not going to go too far. I'm really happy with how smoothly it writes or draws. And then moving on to the bamboo stylus, everything is okay. But when I'm trying to draw this a little bit like angled like this, about this much angle, the nib is so short that the metal touches the screen, and I'm a little bit scared that when I'm trying to take notes, I do it really fast. I have like a really messy handwriting. Did you hear the taps? That's the metal touching my screen, and I don't have a protective film on my iPad, so I think I'm gonna have to be careful about that. So that's a downside, and another downside is the price. Now I know that this is a really great pen with a really smooth writing, but I do think that $36 is a lot of money. It's not like it actually comes with spare nibs or anything. So I do think it's a little bit overpriced, but to compare with the other two smart stylus pens that I've had, this is the best smart pen. Just wish that this whole angle thing and touching the screen, I don't know, I hope that it works with me. So that's it for my comparison review of my past stylus pens. I really do think that these are really useful if you like to write, if you like to handwrite or draw with these. I'm just going to like type with these.